Hey, good morning, guys. I've got no space. Here we go. Boom. Good morning. Yes, sir. Happy Wednesday. It is April 30th. I'm in a special kind of mood this morning, and it's nothing to do with crypto. Or actually, I'll tell you what, it kind of is a little to do with crypto, kind of NFTs in a roundabout way. I got up very, very early this morning. You guys don't give a shit, I know, but got up really, really early this morning to play a new video game, not NFT related game, not Web3 in no way, but it got like the wheels turning a bit. Just thinking about, man, collectibles in games, especially if it's a special game. You know, like there's just something magic there, and I don't think anybody's really done that right. Maybe like Capcom or Konami a few years back tokenized some game-themed collectibles. There's something there. There's something magic. Playing this new game, though, called Expedition 33, and it feels like special, like really, really good. And just as I'm playing, like tokenizing certain moments in the game, there's something there. Someone's going to crack that code at some point. Anyways, besides the point, we got a lot to talk about today. Good morning, Mr. Wood. Good morning, Choina. Good morning, Katz and Mike. And Dead and Christians, good to see you guys. We're live here on YouTube, of course, also on Abstract, also on X. Wherever you're watching, you can support the show by just hitting that like button. It does actually help a lot. It does push it out there in the algorithm. So hit that like. I appreciate it, guys. And make sure you come over here to the YouTube side and subscribe to Crypto Slam if you cannot catch these shows live. You just catch the replays right over there. Troy, good morning. Great to see you, sir. Also, you can follow me on X at Hudah_idiot. Follow us at Crypto Slam IO on X as well. Slam AI _XYZ, and check out our light paper while you're there. And then finally, it is the Swarm, our flagship AI agent. You can follow at the Swarm _AI. And just a heads up, a lot of you guys know already, but in case you don't, at 2 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday, we also have a second show, our afternoon show. It is called the Swarm Report, and I get you updated there on the latest in AI, crypto AI, real world AI, that stuff too. Actually, there was a big update yesterday with Meta releasing their AI app for the first time. So it was a pretty big deal. Let's get into it, boys. Let's get into it. Lots going on out there. We'll kick it off with just a quick update on something we talked about last week. What's today? Wednesday. Yeah, this would have been last week. There was a big hack last week, right? Somebody had like 300 million in Bitcoin stolen, and we saw that money was converted to Monero XMR. But we didn't have any updates as far as who lost their money. It was a lot of money, guys. Again, 330 million. Update from Zach XBT. It's just some old dude. Man, it's just some old dude lost his money, got socially engineered, which is such a bummer. Like that's there's some people and it's a certain amount of money where you're like, it sucks, but they'll be okay. I wonder with that one, man. That's a big chunk of change. Old dude holding 3,500 Bitcoin, though, maybe he's okay in other places. I don't know. Anyway, interesting update. Bummer to hear that. But let's get to some good news. Stablecoins. I talk a lot about them. I do. Because I think they matter a lot. I think that is the way that we're going to get the masses into crypto. It's not NFTs yet, and it's not Bitcoin yet. And meme coins, sure, like all of these in their own timing are going to bring a lot of people here to the blockchain. But it's stable coins that I think have the easiest path to bring on the largest amount of people. And, when we get regulations on stable coins, it just sets up such an important framework. Okay, so we've been talking about it again over the past couple of months. And more recently, we had August in mind as far as a date to target of when we might see regulations by. So we assumed we were going to get some regulations, or we're hoping we get regulations by the end of the summer. Yesterday, it comes out that we might get these regulations as soon as May. I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but this is, some legitimate reporting here from Politico. saying that the House Majority Leader, this is John Thune, told Republican senators that the Genius Act is going up for a vote here in May, right? That is wild, and the implications of that are just they're massive. Cynthia Loomis tweeting out in response to that guys, just getting started. That's just one of the many dominoes that's going to fall here over the next few months and many years ahead of us here. But that's a big one. That's a big one, getting the stablecoin regulation, and that just clears the road for banks and major institutions to launch their own stablecoins and offer these stablecoins to their customers. And that's what's going to bring people in. And it's almost here. So here's the Genius Act. Maybe I'm looking. I don't know if this is like a separate episode where we should review these different acts, these different bills, right? We've got the Genius Act and the Stables Act. I think it's a one or the other thing, right? So the Genius Act is getting voted on first. If this is passed, I don't know if you need the Stables Act. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe we need an episode that's dedicated to that, and maybe need to find a real expert on it. But regardless, just so big. Oh, by the way, over on Abstract, Luke, I see you. Good morning, man. And Cat's over on Abstract too. Good to see you guys. Hope you guys are raking in XP, by the way. We got our XP drop yesterday. Not bad. Not bad. I'm getting close to gold here. Hope you guys are cooking. This is a big deal, guys. A really, really big deal. This is the way stablecoins. I think it's the way my wife gets into crypto. I do. I think the bank or your employer offers you pay in, maybe you don't want your pay in Bitcoin. I think we all would, but maybe your average person does not. I'm pretty sure they may consider taking their paycheck in stable coins if they earn yield on it. I'm pretty sure. And again, I think that's a path to mass adoption. And then you guys see DEXs swapping your stables for meme coins. That's going to become normal. It is normal on Magic Eden now, right? On Slingshot, you just swap your meme coins with USDC. And Magic Eden, swap your NFTs, not for ETH, not for Bitcoin, not for Sol, but with USDC. It is going to become normalized where USDC and other major stablecoins are our payment system. It's coming. It's one of those things you can just see it coming down the road. And it's just crypto guys hanging on to the old days. It's what we do. We're terrible at this, or we're great at it, however you want to put it. We love to hang on to the past, and that we're going to just keep doing things the way they were. And in a way, maybe we're the slowest to change. It's like how people think and approach meme coins. We're very slow to change. We want it to be like how it was when content coins were kind of, a topic for a day or two. People resisted that. No, you have to do it the old way. You can't launch a token and then do this and this and this. And you can't launch too many tokens because that's against our unwritten rules, right? It doesn't matter. That's going to happen. That's coming. The same way that paying for, things on chain, let's just say NFTs for now, or meme coins too, right? It's going to become normal that we use USDC. I like it. It takes some of the guesswork out too when you're swapping for whatever currency, and you got to factor in, am I going to be up or down in that token value? And then that token value, USD value, it's too much. We don't need it. And I think at some point, I'm pretty sure about it, guys, it's just going to become normal here. Nobody's excited about stable coins because no numbers go up. Yes, dude. Yeah. But that's the secret sauce. Yeah. There's the most important number goes up, to be honest, not the value of your bags, but the number of people on chain, exponentially goes up. And you just got to think percentages. Okay. I'm not super well versed in this either, but okay. If you're marketing, right? I'll just go with a Gary V example. He's, people talk, I hear these podcasts with Gary, and people say, hey, I'm looking for a job, or I'm looking to raise money. And I reached out to 3 investors and, nothing, not having much luck there. And Gary's like, you stupid fuck. You got to reach out to 100 people, because out of those 100 people, or 200 or 300, one person's going to reply and say yes. Right. And there's different analogies there with marketing. You reach X number of users and you'll convert 1, 2, 3% of them to, being a customer. It's the same thing here on crypto. You get millions of people in, 8% of them are going to go explore, and they're going to actually Like, learn and find some products on chain they like. It's not everybody, but if we bring in 10, 20, 30 million people via stablecoins, and it's probably a lot more than that, and 1% of them, 5% of them decide to go say, they're like, hey, I got crypto now. I can just swap it for Bitcoin just with a click. Oh, yeah, might as well get my first Bitcoin. Or they happen to see a collectible that's $5. Like, fuck it, I'll get my first NFT. Why not? It's just a click. It's that easy. And that's how it plays out. That is exactly how it'll work. And it's starting. It's starting. So yeah, next month, a really big month. Again, potentially that first massive domino to fall. After that, again, I don't know how, if the Genius Act passes, how it plays into the Stables Act. Maybe that just goes bye-bye. But then we have FIT 21, which is broader crypto regulation. That'll be the next domino to fall. The worry is that, and this comes from possibly from Coinbase, you know, they've kind of said that this is not a concern of ours, but we did hear that they were going to try to delay this act, the voting on this act, to combine it with FIT 21, broader crypto regulation. The worry here is if Congress, like House and Senate, pass some kind of crypto legislation, that they're going to say, look, we dealt with crypto, we're moving on to other topics, other issues, and we'll come back to crypto, next year. Their worry is we don't get that broader regulation if this passes again. We'll see how that plays out, but it's big. It's a big one. Luna, good morning, man. Great to see you. Man, it's a big deal. I've just been looking forward to it for a minute. It's here. I need to tweet out the show. Good Lord. Hang on, guys. There's literally a juggling app before the stream goes live, and that's the one I forget. Okay, hang on. Dude, I'm kind of still digging the Aiden Ross thing we talked about yesterday. I just like people being real, and that was like Aiden being super real, you know? We'll keep updated on this. Memorial Day is in, I think that's in 30 days, right? Memorial Day is probably the last day of the month in May. So within 4 weeks, this is probably going to be voted on. I'll keep you updated throughout. It's a topic I'm just really, really into, really passionate about. So we'll stay plugged in there. Pretty incredible. In that vein, we're talking regulations and enforcement here. SEC continuing to unwind previous enforcement actions, investigations, now dropping their investigation into PayPal stablecoin. That's PYUSD. Stablecoin wars are coming up. It's a good thing. It's not the typical wars we're thinking of, but basically an endless number of stablecoins are coming. It's going to get very competitive. People are going to have competitive yields for us. Again, we win. We win that way. And I do think those yields are how a lot of people are going to come on. You know, picture this too, even. I'm not sure if it would work out exactly like this, right? ApeCoin, ApeCoin on ApeChain, you actually earn more ApeCoin just by holding your token in your wallet. You don't have to stake it anywhere. You don't have to do anything. You just earn from it sitting over in your wallet. I wonder if we get to the point where certain blockchains add to your USDC balance just from you keeping your stable coins over there. Right now, you have to find platforms and you kind of stake it over there, right? But I wonder if we'll get that at the blockchain level, which would be spicy. Again, I think people are going to love this. Token 2049. Not a lot of updates here as far as that I'm bringing here, live to you right now. But man, it's out there. It's cooking. I love seeing the timeline and all of our friends who are out there right now. It's pretty cool. But CZ's out there. Actually, this is as of this morning. CC's out there giving a talk with Raoul Pal. God, I wish they were streaming that. Maybe they are, and I just haven't seen it. But that's a talk I would love to listen to. That was just this morning. I'm hoping to get some sound bites out of that. But spicy stuff going on out there. And again, the news that's being dropped this week while an event like that's going on. Incredible stuff, man. And with all these other conferences coming up, I think it's just going to continue. I think we're in for a spicy summer. I'll say again, I do not think it's a sell in May and walk away. I don't think it. Kyle, good morning. AUDC. Oh, yeah. Looking forward to sending birthday money to your mom back in Australia. Instant free. Yeah, dude. Yes, right? There's just... Okay, here's what I picture. I picture a lot of crypto bros, because we're stubborn and because we're just so native token, focused. I think we don't see the appeal of stable coins. But it's so easy for me to put myself in the head of a normie. And I'm just even thinking my kids. Like, I'd love to give them an allowance in Sol or ETH or Bitcoin or something, right? That would be, especially Bitcoin would be awesome. But I also think how awesome it would be to just give them some USDC every week or month, whatever it is, right? It just seems so easy. It just makes so much sense. You know what it is, guys? It's so relatable. The thing that's confusing to normal people or scary is that those tokens can lose value. You know, like like my daughter does have some Sol. She's 14. She actually is interested in this stuff to a degree. She's got some Sol. She's helped me find some meme coins. And she always asks what it's worth. And like she's bummed out when it's worth less, right? And it went down a lot from when she got it. But just having a crypto that's stable, it's always a buck. Yeah, man. All about that. All right, let's look at the crypto market here this morning. A lot of red, not so bad here, but Bitcoin under 95K. Look at that, 94.3, down 0.4%. ETH 1,700 down 2.6%. Ripple's down 4% to 218. Solana down 2.7% to 143. Not bad. Nothing crazy. Any big headlines out there I missed related to the markets here? Are you Moonship? Are you really? I can't tell if people are being a smartass or not. It would make sense to build around stable. So I don't know why I'd be thinking that. It works. You know, it's normie friendly. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Join out. I'm going to steal that. Yeah. Stablecoin's the gateway drug. It is. And how much easier would it be for like any platform to integrate crypto, starting with, you know, a stablecoin? You know, you get your crypto, you know, infrastructure set up, but it's like, well, you do it because you're accepting USDC, USDT, PY, USD, whatever, USD1. But then you got that blockchain integration. Now you're ready to start taking other tokens. And who doesn't want to take Bitcoin, right? Dude, spicy talk about Bitcoin out on the timeline too. We're definitely talking about that. First, look at ETF volume yesterday. Decent day. 172 million inflows on the Bitcoin ETFs. Yeah, not bad. On the east side, 18 mil. Not bad. Oh, dude, I missed it. That's right. US GDP came in negative 0.3 for Q1, much worse than expected. Negative job data as well. Okay. Appreciate that. Damn. All right. I honestly expecting more of that. Q2 is probably going to look even worse, I'm guessing. But well, I mean, we're so early, and it's just if we keep on this path, yeah, it's not looking good out there, guys. Man, it's not looking good at all. In fact, it might be bad enough. I hate to say this, but we're planning on this like Bitcoin move price action that follows M2. Man, if the more macro environment's bad enough, it could just cancel that right out, and we could just tread water here for the next month or so. It's not great. Some ETF updates yesterday. Nothing good, actually. Nothing but delays here. Delayed the Franklin, Sol, and Ripple ETFs, Grayscale's HBAR ETF, Bitwise's Doge ETF. Also delayed some rulings in staking. So yeah, not a lot of great news on the ETF front. Nothing bad, right? Just delays. And Nate Geraci, friend of the show here, still thinking they'll all of them get approved this year. I'm with him. I like it. I like this a lot. He's saying it's going to be crypto ETF summer. I like that. I like it. We need Nate back on the show. Get a nice ETF update here. Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. Marty pointed this out, and I don't think he framed this the right way. But just good reminder. Trump's Strategic Bitcoin Reserve EO. Yeah, that would make more sense. Executive order, 60 days, right? That expires on May 5th. Putting the word expire in there it doesn't belong. That's the part that's just a little like misleading. There's no expiration. But essentially, he's looking for the Secretary of the Treasury to evaluate creating the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. So in a way, I mean, I wonder if I misunderstood the executive order. I don't know that the Strategic Reserve was actually created yet. I think it was, But now rereading that, I'm like, maybe it wasn't yet. And the executive order was just saying, we want to make it, we're going to make it, but you have 60 days to report back maybe on how. And you know what we should consider in creating it. So just a heads up, that date is coming. It's coming. 5 days off. The worse the economy gets, the more likely we are to get rate cuts. Yep. Okay. I think that's a fair take too. I like that. I like that. We had Arizona. They're almost the first state here to establish their own strategic Bitcoin reserve, right? They're just waiting for the governor's signature. But we also have Roswell, New Mexico becoming the first city to launch their official strategic Bitcoin reserve, which is awesome. It's just awesome to think about this, guys. It's not just at the national level, it's at the state level, but it's even smaller than that. It's even more dialed in. It's at the city level, town level, right? Everybody is going to be, you see it. You see what's playing out here. Talk about dominoes falling. These are all dominoes that fall too. Everyone's coming for Bitcoin. It's hard to even picture what that looks like. It is. And part of me still wonders all these like incredible price predictions. 200K Bitcoin later this year, right? 500K bear case. This is coming from ARK. That's in 5 years. Sometimes I wonder, is that too low? Right? I see this scenario where that's all like way too low. If we keep seeing adoption like this, if this is the start of adoption at a much different pace, some of those estimates or price predictions, I'm like, at some point, those don't make sense. They're too low. For now. For now, they make sense. We're still feeling out this cycle, though, right? I think it's fair to say we still have no idea. And we're still waiting for this, like, violent move up. Right? It's the best way to put it. I know we're all expecting Banana Zone. Yeah, we're all of us hoping, kind of expecting, again, we're talking M2. Talking liquidity cycle. Here's Tech Dev showing this chart yet again, the business cycle, liquidity cycle. We are at the bottom. I mean, can it go further? Yes. I don't know what moves this, by the way, but certainly looks like this is going to start trending in the other direction and Bitcoin price follows. So we're keeping an eye on that too. Just many, many things lining up that we think is going to make Bitcoin cook here, man. Blockchain, good morning. Unfortunately, Katie Hobbs. Oh, really? Australia's not very pro crypto, are they? Like at all. Which is a bummer, man. Really. Now I normally go to Marty Party for liquidation levels. But what the heck? It's nice to get a different voice here. Here's CoinInc showing that, and like, look, this is a really good thing to be watching out for, by the way. Guys, a ton of shorts here at 96.5. Ton of them. We pushed through 96.5 and we're going to liquidate over $1 billion in positions here. Largest potential short squeeze since 2021. I like it. Hey, those have played out very, very well before. Oh, hang on. Let's see. Let's get this little nugget in there too. Distribution of on-chain positions shows that 97.5 has become a key position in the short term. Okay. We're watching for that. Again, if we think Bitcoin's price is going to move this month, I do. I still do. 96.5 to 97.5 are the levels we're looking for next. Oh. Redacted, man. Jeez. You think she's going to veto that bill, huh? Wow. I did tell people to be a little cautious because it's like it's not wise to make assumptions here. I do it a lot, but Carbon, good morning, man. Oh, I remember Katie Hobbs now, right? Dumb. Have you guys seen this on the timeline? Like a lot of drama around Bitcoin right now. And we see this from time to time. It's like we sometimes recycle conversations, like especially when it's slower out there. Man, it tell you what, it is not slow out there. I was just thinking of this like last night and this morning too. There's periods like in crypto here where like I struggle to find news to talk about, especially like during the bear market and before that, even bull market, 2020 and 2021. And for writing the newsletter, sometimes it was just impossible to find enough topics to put in the content. And it's so different these days. It's almost like there's too much. There's so much news, and it's round the clock. It's wild. It's what a different thing it's all become. But yeah, right now on the timeline, Bitcoin dominance to 69. It's got to be. Need it. It's meant to be. I know people are looking for a move in the other direction. Okay, out on crypto Twitter, beyond really. This is an important conversation. Bitcoin does have a problem in its future, and some people predict that Bitcoin fails because of this problem. Specifically, what happens when there's no more mining rewards for people, right? What happens when network usage is comes to a screeching halt? When you have so many less nodes running because the incentive's not there. They don't make enough money to run a node and to mine a block. What happens then? And did we hit 69 or is Boss just hoping to see that? I think Boss wants to see it, right? I think that's it. But anyway, there's some there are some things that could be done to increase the network usage of Bitcoin. Like part of that is OpCat. It's also op return. By the way, that Bitcoin conference a couple of weeks back was op return the other opcode that was being proposed? Was it op return and opcat? I think it was. I'm not 100% sure, but TLDR looking to make a pretty big change to Bitcoin that allows, I mean, let's just say like more data, more like on-chain data. Basically, it's going to help enable the like different kinds of transactions. It's kind of turning Bitcoin into Ethereum, kind of making it a little smarter. It's not a perfect way to put it, but it's fine. It's fine for this conversation. And man, it's I don't even know what the split looks like. You have Bitcoin purists who are definitively against it. I mean, there's no world in which they would want or allow this under, like in any way they can, to allow this to pass, allow this to happen, because people think this fundamentally changes what Bitcoin is. Right? It's supposed to be just digital gold. It's not supposed to be a network to do anything but transact on digital money. And this would change it. It would. Now, the argument for this is just that it's already happening. People are already taking the limitations of op return and working around that and building around that. Just again, it limits, it makes them jump through extra hoops, but they're still doing it. So the side that is for this, bumping up these data limits on op return, is saying again, it's unstoppable. It's already happening. Let's just make it easier and encourage. I guess it is encourage it at this point. Get the network usage way up. Drive up, the utility of Bitcoin. But the concern is spam. The concern is just changing, kind of at a fundamental level what Bitcoin is. There's a lot of people who think this does change Bitcoin, also kills Bitcoin. And I don't know where I stand with this. I don't know. And I think it doesn't matter here in the short term. It's smart to be talking about it now. Years down the road, it will matter one day. Right here, right now, it kind of doesn't. But like I said, this conversation always comes around again. It does. And again, really passionate conversations about it. I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't. I usually lean towards, if you can't stop it, it's not worth fighting it. If people are already doing it, just like, man, it is what it is. You got to let these things play out how people are using it. Do you guys have a take? Are you on one side or the other? Anybody who's very familiar with this potential change? And again, the worry is it just makes Bitcoin a little dirty's the wrong word, but it's not as pure as it was. And they worry it fills with spam. Look, we have ordinals, we have runes. It is already happening. Yeah, some of the points against it. Merging this PR means Bitcoin no longer a decentralized currency. It's no longer money. It's no longer a store of value. I don't think it changes any of those things. I have trouble seeing that. Block, I don't. I would love to. I don't. Dude, I definitely want to step up the trading game. There's a lot more sides here I'd like to be trading. But I mean, I think this is really obvious. I think we do know this, that at some point this will be an issue, right? Right now, even they're saying it's cost prohibitive to even mine a block here. The amount of money it costs to power your mining rigs to mine a Bitcoin, I don't think that's accurate, by the way. But it's just to show it is a problem. It is something people are thinking about. Interesting, Mice. There's a book by Roger Ver called Hijacking Bitcoin. Mice is on his side. The cypherpunks left Bitcoin a long time ago. Where did they go? Did they go to did they go to Bitcoin Cash? Like, where did they go? Yep. Yeah, boss. I think I keep seeing it keeps hitting all-time highs, right? It is going to be an issue. It definitely is. Again, right now, no. But the conversation's happening. Privacy coins. Got it. That's where they gone. Privacy coins. Yep. Oh my God. Lemon's here. I miss you, buddy. Yeah, so Lemon's mentioning that's just in certain places that it's that expensive. Cost of production under 70K, right? Somebody had replied here and said basically, maybe it was even Lemon here. Yeah, here we go. And by the way, I think it's fair to point this out. There are people like founder Cardano who fudds Bitcoin all the time. There's people out there who are like they just have some kind of interest in seeing Bitcoin fail, which is a huge mistake. But you know, some like ETH bros are part of that too. And there's a war. It's Bitcoin versus ETH sometimes for some people. But this guy pointing out, yeah, it's 55 to 70K to produce a coin here. Not what they were saying, 120K plus. You see where that be? Okay, imagine these numbers are real, that it costs 137,000 to mine one Bitcoin, 200,000 in Germany to mine one Bitcoin. You can understand why there's a problem. Then people are like, well, why am I doing this? Why am I paying to mine? Why am I running a node when it's actually costing me money? I'm not making anything. And then now fast forward to when the mining rewards are so low that it's not worth it, right? After having, we get to the point where the rewards are so low. Now, in theory, we're hoping Bitcoin's worth so much that for a long while it's still worth it. But, you know, we'll see. But then you start thinking when Bitcoin is completely run out, the mining rewards are gone, which is not till the next century. But, you know, what then? It's a problem for our kids. We'll kick that can down the road, which is shitty. I do like that moonship. You know what's cool is when you see those headlines of those solo miners on like a little just cheapo, few $100 little mining rig that mined a block. Always cool to see those. Yeah, I like that. So still, guys, I mean, growth is happening, adoption's happening. Love this. Report yesterday that Truth Social, that's Donald Trump's social media platform, exploring launching a utility coin, so another Trump token, and a wallet. So another, I mean, pretty official Trump token. OpenAI's coin is WorldCoin. Yep. Oh, that's interesting too. If they somehow tie that into their social media platform here, I saw DC Investor put out a really bullish post on WorldCoin. It seems like it's probably a smart play too. I mean, like, you know, that intersection of crypto and AI. It's where we all want to be. Block, yeah, man. I do. I really do. I really do. I think we're gonna have a really, really. I'm planning on a hot summer, right? People say sell in May and walk away, and I don't think so. It's because, like, right, these tariffs resume, and I know that might sound bad, but I think we're gonna have those trade deals worked out. M2 still doing what it's doing. Looks like we're setting up for a hot summer, but it's mostly for me to do with the stablecoin regulation. Like, I think the stablecoin regulation is going to usher in a lot of users, like, so adoption and, like, you know, these. It's probably more about the institutional adoption coming in and all kinds of announcements of money coming in and infrastructure being built out around that. I think it fuels like a pretty interesting summertime. So yeah, I think this summer is going to be pretty interesting. Actually, makes me want to go check. Let's go look at some previous summers. I'm kind of curious. Probably should pull up TradingView, but whatever. Let's go. Let's see. We could go to last year, but I think we kind of remember that. Yeah, let's look at 2023. Yeah, so 2023. I'm trying to remember what happened back then, right? Like I'm trying to remember what if anything specific happened in summer 2023, but like from mid-June till um mid-August, we let's see. Am I looking at market cap? Hang on. Yeah. Here, just because my cursor's here, we'll even start here. Here's July. Hang on, let me refresh that. Yeah, summertime has the potential to really cook. I know this. Let's go. Let's go here. What are we looking at? Here's May 2021, 35K Bitcoin. Um, Kind of just sideways most of the summer till July. Now that I remember. And then by the end of August at 47K. So sideways for half of the summer. What are your guys' predictions for the summer, by the way? I'm curious. I know a lot of people who think it's going to be mostly sideways, but to me, it's the big old X factors is regulations. And with that coming in May potentially, yeah. Yeah, 2022 was an awful summer. And 2023, let's go like that. 2023, let's say May was like mid 20s, right? And then by July, August, we're at like 30K. So we were up over the summer. Oh, cool. You know what? I was using CoinGlass last week and I liked it. Yeah. They have good ETF data. Dude, I accidentally subscribed to their like pro plan. They had a trial and I'd signed up for it and totally forgot the expiration, or whatever the date was that it would kick in with the feed. And holy shit, dude, it was not cheap. Yeah, as far as when vacation season officially starts, not sure, but yeah, it's all coming. It's good stuff to be concerned with. Again, I think the M2 conversation, the tariff deals, like the trade deals that'll be worked out. Um, yeah, just all a gut feeling, I guess, ultimately. All right. Anyway, adoption. It's still happening. It's happening. So again, Truth Social, it's gonna be weird to have another official Trump token. Shouldn't be surprised. We'll probably have a lot more. If you think about it this way, Trump has a meme coin, Trump has a stable coin, and he's about to have a platform token here too. He'll have tons. There's gonna be many, many Trump tokens, like official. If they're not Donald Trump himself, like Trump branded tokens, there's gonna be a ton of them. I love it, Carbon. Yeah, there you go. There you go. But then we've seen what 2 out of the past 3 summers actually you got some periods of being up like pretty decently, right? See if I can do some numbers in my head, but 20, like 30-ish percent, like roughly. We've had some good action over the summer. And still it feels like the fall is when we really cook, but nobody fucking knows. It's just, I love saying that because it's so true. Nobody knows. We guess. We make our best guesses. I'm guessing we're up. How about this? Eric Trump says crypto payments will be accepted for all units at Trump Tower, Dubai. I dig it. Now, so again, who doesn't want to accept Bitcoin? But this kind of ties into the stable coins too, in a way. In a way, it just speaks to that different kind of money that's coming, right? Here you have Libre, going to help tokenize $500 million worth of Telegram debt. Big. This is one of the biggest DeFi, or excuse me, biggest RWA deals we've ever seen, ever. Huge. It's massive. We were supposed to have RWA summer last year. It was supposed to be the year of RWAs. Look, it didn't materialize the way I thought it would, where it's what everybody talked about, RWAs. This year might be a little different. Maybe. We're going to see some big action in RWAs, like this being not the first major RWA announcement, but absolutely one of the biggest. And I think a lot more announcements like that will happen, and a lot more is going to come on chain probably this summer. And we're talking in the many, many billions, many billions. Carbon, we haven't seen the ships not show up in the U.S. from China yet. Even if fixed now, still 4 months of shortages. Yeah. See, in mainstream news now starting to talk about that, right? You see these screenshots showing ships just, sitting out in ports. We haven't seen anything yet. Like the drama over the past, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. How long has it been now, actually? Like, I think 6-ish weeks, maybe even 7 now. Either way, the drama and like the effects of that news in the markets, it was literally just off the news, not anything like actually happening. And we're going to start seeing that. And it is in a matter of weeks here. I wonder, I wonder if prices are going up, if there's like less stuff on the shelves. Like, I'm just picturing that scenario, like kind of empty shelves, or they're stocked, but prices are so high, people aren't paying it. Is there a chance that people won't still want to do something with their money and that they maybe come on chain? Maybe. I don't know. Because I know the flip side of that is a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. That is going to happen. It's such it's really sad, but it is going to happen. Dude, I think it's hard to even picture what it's going to look like because I don't think we've really lived through a time quite like this, like what might be coming. I don't know. And we're going to see it really soon. This is going to happen, and it is just weeks off. We also have BlackRock with an RWA announcement here. This is another big one. Tokenizing its $150 billion money fund. Dude, huge. Huge. So they're creating these DLT shares. It's like a mirror. It's like a copy of their fund. I don't know if you can trade these. I guess I should assume you can, but it might just be a way to keep track of this on chain. I don't know if you can trade the tokenized assets, or if you trade them like normal and the tokenized asset just kind of moves. I don't know. But it's yet another big amount of money that's getting tokenized. Again, expect a lot more announcements like that. A lot. And that is something that I believe helps drive the price this summer. Man, it's huge. 150 billion. Meme coins cooking. Look, I'll use meme coins as my like temperature check for this market. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Bitcoin price, right? What's up, Logic? Good morning. I'm looking at Bitcoin price. I'm looking at ETH. I'm looking at all that. But it's like meme coins is where I really see the appetite people have to spend. This tells me how much money you're like. That's the look. Is there a better gauge of sentiment than meme coins? If people are feeling optimistic, if they have money to spend, they go to meme coins. To me, it's like the most pure way to measure it. And man, we're having a moment now. And I'm watching. It's like, how big is the moment? How short-lived is it? But we are having a moment. Housecoin now crossed 100 mil, got up to 110 mil. In fact, let's check and see where it's at right now. But Housecoin, it's our first 100 million runner in months since probably February. I'm thinking back then of anything that was new that ran to 100. We haven't seen it in a minute, guys. Oh, wow. Pulled all the way back to 84. Housecoin, I think, is legit. I would be very, very... Yeah, man, I'd be tempted to get a bag here. Oh, dude, who else is full of regrets not getting in on this earlier? Right? Because everybody here, I see the names. We were all active throughout the past few months. I think we all saw this at like 5 mil. Look at that. This is what happens when like all the influencers are in. Finally, and Housecoin crossed that threshold. Took Ansem tweeting about it a few days ago. That was it. Took Ansem tweeting about it. Kook's been tweeting about it since like 5-10 mil. Yeah, big. Topped out at, I think it got to like 115 mil. Wow. So pretty good pullback here. I think this is probably a really, really spicy time to get in. Probably a really, really good time to get in here. I should probably say not financial advice. Look for it to pull back further if you want, but and super risky too. Again, if we're testing like what's our limit, yeah, dangerous game. It's a dangerous game. Maybe you wait for it to pull back to, in the 70s, which was our top for this whole range. And then that was our support here. Maybe if it pulls back there, I might be a buyer at it with a decent amount. But it's great to see a runner, man. Come on. Awesome. You got to root for house. If you're not in house, you have to root for house still. You have to, because if this gets back to 100, stays over 100, it means everybody else is going to try to get there too. You know it's possible. So then we start seeing other runners, and Troll is looking like one of the others that might be. It might be able to do that. Shout out to English. I know you got some nice troll bags. I think. But this may be the same thing. This might be another one to catch on the dip here. Maybe. This pulls back to around 20. Maybe. But yeah, I've got Troll in mind as maybe the next that can run to 100. Well, we'll see. It just matters if House can get back there, stay above. If it can run to 250, better believe we'll see some other 100 mil runners. Absolutely. Bullish, yeah, man. Yep. Big when all equities get tokenized. Yeah, can't wait. BlackRock wants to tokenize everything. Yeah, dude, tokenize trees. Why not? Fuck, man. People have already done it. But hey, great to see people winning. I'm rooting for these guys to win. If anybody wins, then to some degree the winning continues here. Here's somebody who turned $239 into 2.2 mil, like on paper right now, did cash out some month ago. I know I know a lot of you guys were looking at house back then. Just imagine. Dude, a month ago, you throw $200-300 in there, you're a millionaire right now. Just about. I don't know. I didn't look at liquidity here, but look at that. Dude cashed out almost 60 grand, which is awesome. And he's got 2.15 million worth still. Yeah, and this is why market cap's so tricky. And current price is tricky. All that matters is the liquidity there to pull it out. No, this guy couldn't cash that out. But again, nice to see people winning. I love it. And when I mention like all the influencers are talking about it, you got to get good at recognizing these kind of winners. You have to be able to see what's the magic formula. Guys, it's just got to be normie friendly. It has to be so dumb and simple. Actually, Mika puts it really, really well here. Actually, was it her? Let me check. Somebody put it perfectly that you have to be able to like be at a party and deliver like the meme in one sentence, and somebody has to be able to get it, like a normie, a non-crypto person. Yeah, that is her tweet. Yeah, she says it. But dude, all the influencers talking about this now. It's why this is the one. The one. They all influence their own followings, but when they're all talking about it, man, that's it. That's the perfect storm. You literally have a meme that's just about the housing market being so shit, because it works on both sides. The market is so shit that one of your meme coins is worth the value of a house, which is nothing, right? That's one side. The other side is the coin's worth so much that one coin buys you an entire house, whatever the price, right? It's a great meme. People saying it's forced and lame and whatever. Yeah, most of them are, though. It works, though. It's clever enough. It's normie friendly. That's all that matters. It's why it's cooking. It's a good one. I guess the tricky thing is, even if you have a good meme, you never know if it's like insider held and fake volume, which I assume is here. It's tricky. I dig it. Ding-a-ling is launching a launchpad. This is kind of crazy. I didn't think this was real at first. But if you don't know Ding-a-ling, he's one of our like OG NFT whales, right? That's what I always knew him as. But he was teasing yesterday morning that he's got a Solana launchpad coming out. I thought he was just like shit posting, but no, it's real. He is launching boop.fun. Don't think we have a lot of details yet on what it does, what makes it unique. Right? If the token launches are going to have any kind of different launch mechanics, I don't know yet, but he did say there's going to be an airdrop. And it's rewarding in real time, which I don't know. I wonder if that's just more fee related. I don't know what this looks like, but Dude, he's Dingling's a big enough name that I'm paying attention to that, right? There's probably gonna be money for people who are playing. So yeah, we'll watch that. A couple other random points. We'll get to NFTs here. Some token unlocks this week. I don't think this is correct, by the way. Trump token will unlock 7.35 million per day this week. I thought we had a 90-day pause on unlocks. So either there was additional unlocks that aren't part of that or this info is wrong. But I think we got an additional 90 days. I don't think there's any unlocks this week. But also Sui's got a 200 million unlock this week. That's a big one. Yeah, I want to see if somebody replied with the Trump news. Because again, 90-day pause on these unlocks. Dude, you look through replies and you just know how many of them are fake, right? It just, everything's a bot. A lot of it, at least. Yeah, we'll say that. Oh, what's up, man? Hang on. Oh, I read that too quick. I thought you had some details, but yeah. Yeah, was that the only video, by the way? If that was it, yeah, I mean, trade get rewards, so we'll see. We shall see. What else we got? Another couple quick updates here. Base has declared themselves officially at stage 1 of decentralization. It's like this self-measured thing, right? It's like with Solana when they hit 1 year of no downtime, they're officially out of beta. Crazy thing is, like 2 years ago, I guess it was like just over a year ago, they had that outage like a day before they hit that year period. Maybe it was just a couple days before, and it resets them a full year. And then they crossed it, right? They finally went a year with no outages. There was no big old celebration for them being out of beta. I don't know why, because it was a big deal when they had the outage, right? But similar thing here. Base declares themselves stage 1 decentralized. But they do break that down. Stage 0, full training wheels. Roll-up transactions are posted on chain, but the validity checks done by the chain's operator. Okay. Stage 1, limited training wheels. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't matter. GG's to them, I guess. Stage 2 is, I think, all that matters, right? Like halfway there. All that matters is, are you fully decentralized? Nobody gives a shit, by the way, right? I don't think anybody actually cares. It's a nice goal, right? I think it's a great goal. I don't think anybody actually cares these days. If you want, mostly decentralized or go to Bitcoin. And there's some other chains for sure, but FIFA has a blockchain coming. How about that? Right? So we saw this back a couple months with Trump and with his crypto conferences, and for some bizarre reason, it was like there was FIFA talk there. But right, World Cup is coming to the United States, I think next year. It's pretty cool. I think assume they're going to launch a FIFA coin. Makes sense. They've already put out NFTs, tons of them over the past few years. But they're actually launching a blockchain. So there you go. It's an EVM compatible block. So it's an L2, a FIFA L2. Man, I think it's fine. I know some people hate all these L2s and L1s, all these blockchains, and I know some people think it's not going to last. I want to say like either ICO Beast or Bread. I think it's Bread Guy actually thinks that like that will die down. We're not going to continue to see all these. I don't know if I agree. If they get easier, cheaper to maintain, and how decentralized, speaking on that, how decentralized they are doesn't matter. Why not all these blockchains, especially again as they get easier to launch? I mean, think of how easy it got launching a token. If you can copy code, launch, set up the infrastructure in a cheap way, why not? I think we'll have tons of small L2s and L3s and fucking L4. It kind of doesn't end ever, but FIFA with their own, cool. I'm here for it. Let's look at NFTs, boys. Always curious how we're going to look. Like, I'm always hoping we've got like a surprise day of like massive volume. It just hasn't happened in forever. I don't see anything that's going to change this in the short term. Here we go. Yesterday, 13.3 mil in cross-chain sales. Sellers up, nice. Buyers up, nice. Transactions up. Yeah, so a much more active day yesterday. Sales weren't that much higher because the average sale price was lower. And then trade profits. Yeah, yet again, I mean, we're going on months and months and months of this, right around $1 million in the negative. So not a lot of money being made here. Not enough to counter the losses here. Courtyard, your number one collection. Actually, let's refresh that too. I don't think that's going to change though. Courtyard, number one collection here. Followed by DKT NFT on BNB. They got a ton of collections. BNB does in the top 10. I don't know how legit they are, but they're there. And I love that they show, by the way. I always wanted chaos mode on the page. Like, I want to see everything. I'd love to be able to toggle it. Like, I can toggle off BRC20s. I'd love to toggle on and off just like even wash trading and money laundering stuff. I love that. We got D-Market, Guardian Heroes, Gandhi. Oh, hey. That might be... Yeah, let me double check this. There's been some big Gandhi sales, not just loans, but sales. Maybe I'll just dive into that separately, but what did we see sell there? I think that left-facing Pudgy Penguin was a Gandhi sale, right? Pretty sure. Guardian Avatars. Again, we looked at that yesterday. It might be laundering. OpenSea's Gemesis, Dozuki, Pudgy Penguins. Dude, big Skull of Lucy sale. That, I mean, legit and super grail. Dude, looks nice. Looks nice. Top sales here in the past 24 hours. Tell you what, that Punk isn't the top sale. It looks like it, but it's not. We'll still stick with that for right now. Punk 1525 selling for 52 ETH. That's $94,000. Maybe I'd guess that that's an X copy here. Let's peek. Let's see if we got the image. Nope. I'm going to guess it's an X copy. Might not be. But yeah, that Skull of Lucy is, dude, that's the grail. Look at that. This one's called Simplified Encryption, 95 ETH, $172,000. Dude, the art collectors are out in full force right now. It's wild. X copy selling, the Sam Spratt stuff selling, ACK on the move, right? There's just some really, really Beeples too. Really, really awesome art sales here. And it has been all year. All year. Dude, at some point we're going to get a legit art season. And then these reselling in that art season, I can't even fathom the prices. I can't. All I know is one day doesn't mean that this year, doesn't mean this cycle. Maybe even not next cycle, but we'll see an art sale that blows away that Beeple sale from 21. We'll see a, I don't know, $100 million art sale one day. We will, one day. In the next decade, maybe even. It's out there. It's crazy, but we will. We have an X copy piece coming. This is pretty cool, and some of you guys might be eligible for this, by the way. Trying, I think I'm with you here. Millions of blockchains, fine, as long as we have realistic abstract. That's the key right there. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the million blockchain thing, infinite numbers of, chains, it only works if you don't have to switch what network you're on and bridge your money over and convert coins. That's bullshit. As long as that's there, it's going to be hard. But more and more, you see these wallet updates coming that really make it seamless. Your ETH on main net works across the board without you bridging, and it's pretty cool. That is coming. There you go. And you know what's interesting, Choina? Everybody's doing their own version of getting us there too. And I actually got a little story about that in a moment. But yeah, for you X copy collectors out there, you may have an NFT coming soon, like an X copy NFT. Again, I'm assuming it's an NFT here, but the Shape L2 blockchain, very artsy focused chain, has some kind of X copy thing coming. This is on the DK DPI characters. They're really cute, man. I really like those things. Never minted one, but they're really cool. Anyway, if you have an X copy here, I'll even show you directly on the site. Claim some Shape tokens if you're eligible. And then it sounds like coming up here in the next week, you're probably going to use those Shape tokens and you're going to get a chance, or maybe you'll just get one of these X copy masks. So these X copy masks for those DPI, or I'm sorry, not DPI, DPOL little avatars. I don't know if they're going to be limited, no idea, but we're going to see some new X copies out there, which is great. Okay. Now the top 3,000 people on whatever their leaderboard is here. Hang on. Well, this is Punk 6529. So on his leaderboard, whatever. Top 3,000 people claim some of the Shape token. If you hold X copies, you've got to be in his Discord. Just a heads up. You've got to be in X copies Discord. And he runs raffles there, right? So he's going to be doing a raffle here, snapshot already taken last week. And if you win, you're getting what, 66,000 shape, probably split up across winners, but you might get some shape tokens. 120 people are going to win that. So splitting up between them, it sounds like. Shit, maybe it's for each person. I don't know. And then separately, just having an X copy piece, you'll be eligible to claim. I don't know if it's first come, first serve. Well, yeah, it is actually 600 spots there. So that will be first come, first serve. But if you have an X copy piece of art, Snapshot's not till May 5th, so you can actually split them up into different wallets. Heads up about that. You may want to do that if you have multiple X copies. Maybe it counts every piece in your wallet as another chance too. So that could be worth digging in and finding. But yeah, looks like, hey, anytime you can get a chance at an X copy piece, you do it. Oh, nice. We got even more. Okay. Even more options here. Not X copy related, it looks like, but pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, I want more details about the mask, though. That's what I want to see. So this kind of gets into the China that abstraction, issue or what solutions, whatever. ApeChain kind of doing their part in their own way, right? They have their shadow NFTs, which basically it's like you got your Bored Ape NFT and also Punks now, and I think Kennel Clubs. I think it's all the Yuga NFTs. Excuse me, guys. But it mints you like a copy NFT over on ApeChain. But I think now they're going even more omni-chain. I have a feeling if it's not there yet, it's going here. But through layer 0, I think you're going to have a copy of your Yuga assets on like all these ETH-L2s, which is really cool. Really, really cool. So that's just a different way at approaching abstraction. Instead of you having to move your funds over to whatever, you've got a copy of it, but linked back to the original, right? I like it. All kinds of solutions out there. Got an update from Pudgy Penguins. This is interesting. I've always seen a potential or a market for this, which is decentralized storage. Pudgy Penguins now putting their GIFs, their memes, like they're known for their content, right? Yes, they're Pudgies and their token and all that stuff, right? But their content is everywhere. On Giphy, they have what, like 50, 60, 100 billion views? Maybe it's even more than that. Billions and billions. Yeah, actually, it's more than 100 billion. Tons of views. And they've got, their content all over Telegram. Like people know the Pudgy brand. It's all over social media. But after we saw with Artifact last week, images going poof, like it's a concern. It is a concern. And like IPFS is great. But there's limitations to that too. You got Walrus, which is a decentralized storage protocol. And I do think they have a token. I'm pretty sure. But you got Pudgy Penguins now putting all their digital content on Walrus. You'll see a lot more of that too. I like it. Dude, who remembers like Sia? Any of you guys remember Sia? Back in the day, like earlier in my time in crypto, I remember buying a coin called Sia because I just thought all cryptos were the same, just competing money, right? And I realized they were all like tokens for like different kinds of platforms. So like I knew Sia then was decentralized storage, but I couldn't connect the dots and understand, well, why do they have a token? Why is it the same as Bitcoin? I couldn't wrap my head around it. But back then I was playing with that idea of like on-chain tokenized storage. I'm like, I get that. That's cool. Quick update from Virtuals. This is actually really cool, really big. Virtuals has got a lot of shit coming. Their ACP, you know what I think of it already. I mean, it's the forefront of crypto AI right now. All of crypto Twitter is going to be talking about this in a couple weeks here. Seeing this, which is a partnership, actually more than a partnership. This is the head of AI and decentralized physical infrastructure at Base joining Virtuals as a partner. How about that? Pretty damn cool. This is Base getting a little more tied into Virtuals protocol, where all this AI stuff is cooking, again, including our Swarm agent that'll be in that first Virtuals ACP. I think Virtuals, man. Okay, look, I know some people thought they were maybe on their way to fizzling out, right? There was definitely that thought out there that after the agent stuff kind of, lost all its tailwinds, people are like, all right, I think this comes down to reality. I know people are questioning Virtuals. I know it. That's definitely changed over the past few weeks. Now something like this makes you realize just how serious they are, how big of a contender they are to be, to remain at the forefront of this crypto AI sector. Huge. Would love to see Base supporting this stuff even more, but that's a phenomenal freaking start. So, dude, we'll be talking a lot about Virtuals and ACP and getting more of these shows on the these projects on the afternoon show. We'll get virtuals on. Yeah, expect some really cool shit coming up on that show specifically, guys. Is this our last update? Might be. And whatever, you could probably chalk this up to being a rumor for now, although it seems kind of legit. But Magic Eden, in fact, let's take a peek at their account. Yeah, Magic Eden. God, I feel like they've had this up for a bit, maybe not, but their PFP right now, it's a very specific color of red, right? And you probably saw the tweet before, so you know what it is. It's probably Avalanche NFT onboarding that's coming, which is awesome. Probably means that AVAX meme coin's coming too. But Magic Eden probably integrating Avalanche here in the very short term. Right, they changed it to blue before say, and yeah, it's just what they do. So it looks like Avalanche coming to Magic Eden, which is awesome. I love them all. Bring them all. So I'll keep you updated on that. And then finally, look, we're waiting for a lot of you guys because I know we collected some FX Hash art together a couple of years back. But FX Hash has their AI agent. It's NFT XBT, and they announced just a few months back they have a token coming. Right, FXH. It's a base token. So just their little tease here. New generative art systems coming on chain, shaped by interaction, powered by FSH. Can't wait. I think some of us are going to get a nice little token stimmy there. But they're also teasing a really interesting way to reward artists. TLDR there, it sounds like artists actually create their own token. Right? So each artist is going to have their own economy. Which is awesome. I'd love to see somebody build out a new way for artists to earn their living, to eat a little bit too. So we'll see. They put out their white paper a little while back. It's really interesting. It's really complicated. We'll see when it's live if it actually works. But you know what I'm really hoping for? Kind of like that last tweet with Base and Virtuals. I'd love to see Base supporting their creators more, and I would love to see them supporting art more. So maybe Base giving some support to FX Hash, and they're really, I think, clever, innovative tokenomics. Would love to see it. Would love to see it. Dude, bullish, right? Yeah, there was something about that coin. I got these feels for it because it was just like that one more than anything represented a time for me. Man, the good old days. They're still around, right? Like I'm pretty sure Sia is around. Dude, maybe barely. Is that can't be their official account, is it? Nah. Yeah, no, not that. Dude, that might have been their official account. Oh, maybe they're just done. That could be dead and gone. It could be. Dude, I'm so scared scrolling Twitter these days. My timeline's gotten pretty weird. Anyway, let's just scan real quick, see if we're missing anything spicy out there. And actually, one last check-in with our prices. Yeah, not a great past hour here. Not crazy, but yeah, okay. Just take notice of this, guys. Dude, it was well, you know what? Okay, Lemon here. Maybe there's an error here. There might be an error here, but I'm going to show you. Oh, actually, as I'm saying it out loud, I think I know what happened. Here, let me pull it up and show you. Because I know people were saying it was sold at a loss when I peeked at it, and it was kind of quick. It actually looked like it was not. Now I'm thinking it's a loan that registered that made me think it was not at a loss here. Let's peek here. Top sales, 7 days. We'll see that on top. Check this out. So everybody was saying sold at a loss. When I look here, I see a month ago, 59 ETH, 115 grand, right? I think this is a loan. I think this is a loan on Gandhi because I do think this sold on Gandhi. So this is probably a loan. This is probably maybe somebody had to default. Oh, no shit. What did dude Lemon, what did he say? Here, I'm gonna check this because if this is a Gandhi transaction a month ago, then this is a loan. All right, let me peek. All right. All right, off screen. Yeah. Okay, that last one was a Gandhi loan. So, okay, it absolutely was at a loss. Yep. So somebody took out a loan, dude who sold, took out a 60 ETH loan. And it must have defaulted and then it went to some kind of auction or sale or something. I don't know. But, all right. Thank you, Lemon. Let's check. That poor bastard. Okay, this is the seller, huh? Did he sell because he had to cover the loan? Is that what happened? I wonder if he had to pay back the loan and he couldn't cover it, so he had to sell. Wow. Dude, he's not even shitting on anybody, but oh, he's salty. If that's the seller, he's salty. I'm just like, I don't know if I made up that scenario, but there definitely was a Gandhi loan. I wonder if it was due. He couldn't pay it back, so he had to accept, an offer on this to pay back his loan, something like that. Okay. Yeah, so that's the seller here. So I just invented the scenario, but it kind of makes sense, maybe. So he bought it years ago for 400 ETH, took out a loan of 60 ETH a month ago, couldn't pay it back, so he had to sell or somebody sold it. Well, shit. If he took out the loan, it's not his to sell. I don't know. I can't even keep track. I can't make sense of how some of these loan platforms work, but whatever. Yeah, it is sad, dude. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. And I still got this fantasy scenario that Luke and Nets bought it. Yeah, interesting. GVC had their first loan on Gandhi yesterday, maybe 2 days ago. But yeah, you can know. No, see, that's why I'm scared. I'm scared to scroll my timeline. I'm telling you guys, it's a dangerous game we're playing right here. Dangerous game. Yikes. Maybe I should call it quits while we're ahead here. Yeah, we'll do that, guys. Man, oh man, I hope you have a great morning, a great afternoon, a great day. I will be live at 2 p.m. Eastern time right here again for the Swarm Report. Get you caught up on what's happening in AI. We'll review the AI market, top stories. Might have a guest on today. Today or tomorrow. Look forward to a guest of some sort. And then next week, after people are back from Token 2049, expect some big names on the show. I cannot wait. Getting close to that Virtuals ACP, the Autonomous Hedge Fund. Good shit coming. Guys, smash the like on your way out. Last time, subscribe over here and follow the Swarm_AI, our flagship AI agent. Sitting at I think it's under $1 million right now, which is, I think it's spicy. I think so. Anyway, guys, enjoy your day. We'll see you later on. Peace.